I'm back again with another live. I am back again with another live, guys. I was meant to go live yesterday, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to. So, today, I decided, soon as I'm not going out, let's go live. So, I'm gonna wait to see how many people join in, and then we can experiment together today. I'm trying to see if I can log in here so that I can be able to answer people's questions whilst I'm live. I don't know why I can't find it. Yeah, I'm live now. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi. I'm just gonna wait to see how many people join in. You're welcome to join in. Join in. Hi guys. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. Good day. I was meant to go on live yesterday to do some sketches, but I was too busy. Okay, so whilst I'm waiting for people to join, whoever wants to join my fun community, my tribe, I'm just going to start prepping everything, guys. So as the title says, I saw another hack, and it's only fair I try out that hack as well. So this hack actually says how to draw your an ear, just using 9Y and S. So I'm just going to turn on my tablet whilst I'm waiting for people to join in. I just need to prep, but I struggle to find the right pencil the person actually recommended. And that's another thing that really annoys me with all these hacks is they show you how these things are drawn, but they don't tell you, what do they call it? The right pencils to use. So I'm just going to go back to the video and see if I can pull that out whilst I'm waiting for people to join in. Whoever wants to join in, you're welcome to join my tribe. My name is Sasha, and on my platform, I like to try new things. I like to test myself, push boundaries, and see. So I'm just trying to pull out the sketch that I saw, but the person actually didn't really say the number of the pencil, but I'm guessing they used a HB and a 6B, because I think it says 6B is for darker shades. Is it a 6B or 8B was what they used? See, that's why I always start by showing the pencils that I'm going to use, because if someone wants to draw and you've not indicated what kind of pencil they should use, then how would they know what they're doing, right? So I think this was what the artist actually used, but I'm just going to try and pull it out and see. And I'm also going to show you guys all the sketches that I did this week for people that wasn't live when I went live. So whilst I'm looking for that sketch, these are some of the sketches that I did this week, guys. So let me just put this one out first of all. So that one is a sketch of an eye. I did it badly, guys. This one was not a good one for me. I haven't really drawn detailed, realistic eyes like this. So these are all my first attempts. I don't do trial runs. Whatever I see, I just start to draw. So there's an artist that actually said you can draw an eye and an ear using 9Y and S. I'm not a professional artist, guys. I just learned by looking at YouTube and whatever anyone does there. So I think this was the one. So I'm just going to, so yeah, so this week I actually did lots of sketches. I did the realistic eyes. I think this one was on the 5th of September. I did this one. I was really proud of myself doing this. I had lots of down and ups to achieve this. Let me face this way, maybe you guys can see it better. So this one was another one that I did. So whilst you guys are just looking at my past stuff that I did, I just want to see if I can pull out what the guy said. So this one I did, I actually dated them so that I can remember. So yeah, so I did this one. I think he said use a 6B, but I had 8B to darken, so I'm just going to go with 8B, what I heard him say. I don't know, I'm confused. Though the guy that I want to recreate his realistic ears, he actually wrote down, he used a HB pencil and a 6B, but when I was listening to his whatever his instructions, he actually said 8B, so I'm confused. So I brought out 3 pencils here. So yeah, so this was something I did on the 5th. All this I did in real time, and this one as well. So this is another one that I sketched on the 6th. So basically I've been doing like a marathon of sketches, guys. I've been sketching almost every day except yesterday that I didn't sketch. So I did this one as well. I was really proud of myself based on the fact that I'm self-taught. Everything I do, I learn from social media. Yeah, so I was really proud of this one in the end. I think for a first attempt, what do you guys think? Hi, Showinha, Nasia. Thank you. Hi. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name properly. Shuwingha. Hi. Thank you so much. Thanks. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm self-taught. A year ago, 22nd of September is 1 year since I picked up the pencil and I discovered that I can draw. Hi, Jason and Tango. Hi. So yeah, so I discovered that I can draw, and ever since then I've been sketching just by looking at what other sketch artists do on YouTube and stuff like that. I did this one on the 11th. I did all this live, guys. I just decided to come live and show people the sketches, because when I tell my friends that I sketch, they're like, no way, Sasha, because all they know I can do is like draw a sticking set. So I had to like prove them by going live. So yeah, hi guys. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. I decided to stay indoors today and do some live sketches. This was a very bad one for me, guys. It was really bad, and I think this one wasn't the fault of the artist that I was copying from. I think it was the fact that I didn't have a blending stump, so I basically used the cutting board to blend, and I struggled with it. So this is no fault of the artist that was trying to replicate what he was teaching. So I will do this again. I will order a blending stump. I am contemplating between Windsor and Castle and Feeble Castle blend stump. So yeah, I will order one probably today. So yeah, so this was meant to be a realistic nose, guys, but it didn't work out for me. It didn't work out. Yeah, I know. You need to go to and show your drawing. Oh, thank you. Thanks. I do have lots and lots of sketches that I've been doing since I discovered I could sketch. And then this one is my favorite type of things to sketch, is Tom and Jerry. I have quite a few sketches of Tom and Jerry because it reminds me of my childhood. So this one I sketched on the 7th of July. Because for a few months I stopped sketching, and then when I came back to sketching, this was the first thing that I sketched. I love Tom and Jerry, I love Mario Brothers, I love all those 90s cartoons. So yeah, so I do have a lot of sketches, and I had to draw this one. And everything I draw, I copy from whatever I see on social media. So yeah, and this was when I started drawing the nose, and it was bad, and I had to restart. So yeah, so this is all the sketches that I've done for like a week now live, and today we are going to do a realistic ear. So I think the artist actually used a HB pencil, so I'm going to start with HB pencil. So let's try this and see if it's actually easy to make. So on my platform, I like to try out hacks, regardless if it's cooking, if it's drawing, whatever it is, I will try it out and see if it works. So let's start. I get really nervous when I start. Hey, yeah, I get really nervous because I feel everyone is watching, but I think in the end it tends to work out well. So let's start. Let's start. So if I don't reply, just know that it's because I'm like focused on the distance on the drawings. So he says you can draw a realistic ear by doing, the first thing is a big 9. So I'm going to draw a big 9 here. I'm using HB. So let's go. I don't know if anyone wants to join in. I'm going to try and make it very light to start with so that it's easy for me to erase. So this is actually my first time drawing a realistic ear. So it'll be interesting to see if I succeed. And all these are like my first attempts, and eventually I will like go back and redo them again, but now it's basically just first attempt, and I'm doing it all live here. So if there's anyone that is an artist that thinks I'm doing it wrong, please, I am open for like constructive criticism. So he said a 9, so I'm trying to do like light strokes to get to the 9. So it's meant to look like a 9, right? So, and I've got this, what they call it? I've got this Feeble Castle Sudogum. I like to use this just to dab, because I think here is a bit dodgy. And then I carry on. So yeah, so I have learned quite a lot from sketching, guys. It's shown me how to be patient and how to trust the process. So many times I almost packed it in and I'm like, no, I can't be bothered to carry on. But it's really taught me about resilience, if that's what you guys call it. So I've done the 9. And then that's why I said to you guys, I prefer to do faint lines, so I can always go back and just touch up wherever I think is not the right shape. So I just need to do this. So softer bit by bit lines, I think, is the secret, right? And then I use this to just dab so that I can see. But you guys may not be able to see properly now, so I'm going to darken it eventually. So then he does kind of like a a curve here. Sorry guys, I will darken it eventually. It's just I don't want it to like not be the right shape. And then so that's what he does next, right? But I think my ear is meant to go, I don't know, I think that's how it's meant to be actually. Yeah, I followed it right. Then he does that. And then, okay, so basically he's doing a Y. So he's done the 9 and now he's doing the Y here. So I see it now. So he does a Y here. So 9, Y, and then he goes, and then he does like the outer ear lobe, outer ear kind of thing. So he basically traces it back from here. So I'm just tracing it back. So if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Sasha, and on my platform I like to like try new things. I like to like try them so that you guys don't have to if you don't want to. So say for example, you see all these artists on Facebook and YouTube giving you like tips on how to like draw things easy. So if I do it, then you know, if me that isn't a, what do they call it, a professional artist, I'm self-taught, and if I can do it, then you guys can do it as well, if that makes sense. So he does here like this. So I think this my 9 is too big, guys. So I need to reduce it. So you see, that's the reason why I didn't want to like make it dark, because then there's room to like drop down. So like that. And then he then came down, kind of like he did like a to give it the earlobe, right? So I'm just going to trace it down here and then kind of do like an earlobe there and then join it together here. So I'm basically copying from this Facebook artist that says this is the easiest way to draw an ear. And this is my first time doing it, guys. I haven't done a trial run. I'm basically doing it here for the first time. So Jason, are you into drawing as well, or is this something that you're considering doing? And yeah, for all of you that are online, showing her also, are you into drawing? Do you have any tips? Have you tried any of these hacks? So I think my ear is quite long, right? But then, like I always say, there's no perfect ear, but I think mine is quite long. So I am going to try and erase the middle here and drop it down a bit more, because I do like the earlobe the way it is. But I think I just need to go down a bit, like so. I just need to go down a bit like this. So guys, I'm actually enjoying doing this. I'm enjoying trying all these things. It's so fun. It's really, really fun. So aside, what do they call it? Aside sketching, one of my highlights this week was making a chicken wrap. I'm so obsessed with that chicken wrap now. I did a barbecue chicken wrap and it was amazing. It was the best chicken wrap I've ever had. Bearing in mind I'm like a self-professed fussy eater, and that chicken wrap was beautiful, guys, beautiful. So yeah, so I think this is how the ear is. So basically the 9, which mine doesn't really look like a 9 properly, but so the 9, the Y, and that's, and then the next thing he does is he does an S above this thing here. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing though. So he does an S here, kind of like backwards S, like as if you're doing like a seahorse, is what I can see he did here. So basically like this, and then deep down in, and then he does another outwards like this, and then he drops. So basically like that thing, I don't know, I don't really know body parts like that, but he does this, and then he then draws it in. Okay, so he draws it in to attach it to the Y. So he draws it in like so, drops down, and then he takes it up, and then he attaches it to this Y here. So basically the Y then comes down like so, comes down. God, I'm getting so nervous. It comes down, so like this. This is my first time, guys, drawing an ear. I've never drawn an ear like this, like realistic ear, so bear with. It's all about learning. I don't know, it doesn't really quite, it's meant to be a bit curvy here, so then I use this. So when I'm happy with it, guys, I'll go back and then darken it. So hi Kelemu, hi. I'll try and say hi as soon as I look away from my sketch, so bear with. So I just want to give it a bit of like curve here. So like so, I think that's how his is right? I don't know if you guys can see, it's looking like an ear, but like I always say, no two ear is the same, right? So yeah, I think this is eerie to me. And then he then goes back behind the Y, or in front of the Y. He does another shape here. He does another shape inwards here, and then he drops it down here. He draws another shape and drops it like so. Every stroke, guys, really kind of like matters when it comes to sketching, I think. If you make the stroke very sharp, it reflects. That's one thing I've noticed about when I sketch. So I'm just going to soften here a bit. And then what else did he do? Then he does another shape here, kind of like a softer V. A softer V here. So this is a guy on Facebook that says you can draw an ear by using 9, Y, and S. So after that, he then joins. Okay, so he then joins this one here. So he lifts up the Y a bit up, and then he lifts the Y up here. Now I'm confused. Sorry, I need to go back a bit. I think he went too fast, so he does that. Okay, so he does that down there. Oh, Christ, I'm confused. He went so fast here. So I need to take a minute and go back, because I think I got lost here. Okay, I get what he did. So he drew down. Oh, he drew down. Oh, Christ, I'm confused. He drew down here, and then I think he took away in here. He went so quick there, guys, so I got confused. Hi, guys. Hi. Thanks for stopping by. So today I'm trying to do a realistic ear. I'm not an artist. I'm self-taught just by looking at what people do on YouTube and Facebook. I discovered 1 year ago that I can actually draw, and ever since then I've been drawing. And I decided to go live just to show people how, if it's easy or not easy to do these sketches. So I think that was what he did. And then he started shading. So he shaded the ear loops, the outwards here. So after I'll go in and I'll darken it. So he did this. So I don't know if you guys can see it already. So I think I'm happy with the shape of this, guys. So I think I'll go ahead now and darken it. Yeah. So I'm happy with the shape of the way it is now. So I'll just go ahead and just darken it. Because that was my worry. If you darken it and if it's not right, then you have to, like, you know, start using the eraser really hard. So now it's just to go in, and then you guys can actually see it. I think drawing an ear is actually easier, guys. I think the hardest one for me was the nose, and another one I'm not looking forward to is the hands. I'm rubbish at drawing. Well, I'm rubbish at drawing everything, to be honest. So we'll see what happens. So there is so much more to come, and on my platform I want it to be a positive space where we can, hopefully I can inspire you guys. If I can do things like this, then anyone can, to be honest. Like, I always I never thought it would be possible to be able to sketch, and if I can do it, I think that's the moral of the story, is never think it's too late to do anything you want to do. There's so much more that I want to push myself to doing, guys. So much more. The only thing that I'm not really keen on pushing myself is singing, because I think if I sing, the glasses will just shatter. But there's so much more I want to try. I want to try learning how to cycle as well. I know you may think cycling, everyone knows how to cycle, but I've always been a passenger in a bike. When I was growing up, my elder brother used to be the one cycling, and I just used to like ride along. So in Sweden here, everyone cycles, guys. Everyone cycles. And it just makes life easy, especially like if you're going to short places that are not far, to just cycle. And also it saves the planet, I think, as well. So I really want to learn how to cycle. So I think I'm thinking of getting like a 3-wheel bicycle. Do you call it a tricycle? Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to go for, and learn how to cycle that way. And maybe I will share it with you guys as well, because on my platform I just want to inspire people. Like, you can do anything. You can do anything. So yeah, so I've just darkened that bit, so I'm just going to go in and do the other bits as well. Inside lobe now. So yeah, so that's one thing that is on my bucket list of things to do before the year runs out, is to cycle. And then another thing I'd love to do is to ski as well, because I do love winter. I love the snow, so I'd love to go skiing. That's one thing I'd like to do in my bucket list as well. Do you guys have any bucket list of things that you'd like to do, but you feel it's, how do you even start? That's the question, isn't it? Like, how do you start? Where do you start from? So yes, I'm just darkening it so that you guys can see what I've done, because I think I'm happy with it this way. And to be honest, I think this ear is actually very easy to do. Like, this is the first time that I'm like a bit comfortable doing this. The other ones I've always like screamed out loud, but this one looks really easy. So I'm just like retracing the lines, because I think I'm happy with it the way it is. See, I'm just trying to not go outside the line. But yeah, I think this will work. And then today I'm also going to sketch a realistic hand. So I don't know if you guys can see the ear is coming to life, right? And then he does the inside as well. So I'm using the HB pencil, because I think that's what he used. He actually didn't say, but he wrote something down and he said he used the HB. So I just went with HB, because using the right pencil actually makes a big difference, guys. And the reason why I keep repeating it is, if there's any artist that is watching, can you please always indicate what pencil you use? Because if not, people like me would never know. So yeah, so I've retraced my step back and just darkened this. So you probably will be able to see the ears now, right? Or the ear. So now he kind of shaded here, and then he shaded the inside here as well. So I'm just going to follow the exact strokes that he used, because I think all that makes it different, guys. If you don't stroke the right way, then it reflects on your sketch. Oh, do you know there's something missing here? I knew there's something missing. So this one goes this way, right? But then there's something missing. Oh, think I'm seeing double now. So this one goes here, and then there's meant to be a tube here. Oh, I knew there's something. How did it get this way? So I can see a line here, like so. Okay, so I think, oh, there's a flop again. So I need to go back. I can see there's a line that went missing, but I don't know where he did, what he did there. So I'm just going to retrace my step because I think there's something dodgy here. Okay, I see. Stop. So he went here and he drew down here. Okay, he drew down here like so. He drew down here like so, and then he erased the middle bits. So I missed that step, guys. I missed that step. So he did erase here. So I'm just using a regular eraser because I've not got like those erasers that kind of have like a pencil head, so that way I don't erase the rest of my stuff. So this was what he did. Actually missed the step. Then I'll just use my Feeble Castle to just tidy up the eraser. So yeah, so back on track now. This is how it's supposed to look. So I don't know if anybody is following along. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sasha, and on my platform I like to try new stuff. I like to try out hacks, especially. So, and today I'm trying to do a realistic ear. So now I've corrected my mistake, guys. I go back and carry on shading. So he shaded in here. That's why when I start shading as well, guys, I tend to do light shades and then go around and double check that is the right thing I'm doing, because if I shade it really dark and then I need to like correct certain things, then it's too much of a hassle. So there's so much to come on my platform. There's so much to experiment. I like to experiment things and share it with you guys. Yesterday I kind of experimented with how to save space in the bin by folding milk cartons. In Sweden here, these two carton brands, Tetra Pak and Puripak, yeah, they kind of like have a way you fold your cartons and it just saves space in the bin, so that way you're not constantly popping outside. So I share that on my platform as well, just in case if anyone is curious. So if you're new to my channel, you're not subscribed, you can always click the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications. So whenever I come live, I tend to do lots of spontaneous live, guys, because when I kind of plan my lives too much, if I'm too regimented, then I start to panic. So I just like to go with the flow, just like Peter Pan. I'm like a child that doesn't want to grow up. So so he shaded the inside lobe and then he shaded here as well. So I hope it's beginning to look like an ear, and I hope you guys can see as well. Sorry, the way my phone works. I've got this Samsung flip phone. Is absolutely not right for vlogging, guys. If there's anyone that is considering vlogging, do not go for that phone, because you'll struggle to find a stand for it. When other phones you can easily get like a stand for them, with Samsung Flip you can't find a stand for it, guys. So I'm basically using like a tablet stand from IKEA. You can see the stick here, it's showing, and then I basically put it on top of it because there's no stand that fits this phone. So I think a regular shaped phone is the best bit if you want to vlog, or you just get yourself a vlogging camera. I've got like the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 as well. I'm struggling with that one as well. I don't know how to go live with it, guys. I have checked on YouTube. A lot of people explaining how to go live with the Osmo Pocket 3, but for the life of me, or like of me, or whatever you call it, I still don't know how to do it, guys. I just think it's too complicated for me for now. So that's why I'm just managing this phone. So bear with, if you can see this thing here, is because this is the easiest way to vlog. So yeah, so he darkened here. So that's what I'm just doing. So yeah, so if you're new, you're welcome to join my platform, join my tribe. And yeah, so he did in here and out here, like so. Actually, I think this is the easiest thing to do, drawing an ear, guys. It feels so easy. And then he shaded. I'm just pausing to check his shading. And then he shaded in here, like so. He shaded out here as well. So he did softer shades here. So I don't know if you guys can see it though. Let me show you this way. That's how it looks now. So he did light shading here. I think he's trying to give like shadows to the ear. And then he did another one here. I'm basically doing exactly what this content creator did on Facebook. I saw his content on Facebook on how to draw a realistic ear using the shade the number Y, 9 and S. I still don't know where the S is. I'm assuming this is the S here. So this is a Y, that was a 9, and I think that's an S. So now he blended, but as you all know, I don't have a blending stump. So I'm going to use my trusted cutting board, because that's what I've been doing so far and it's worked for me, except for the nose. It didn't work for the nose, but it did work here. Because how I see it is, how did our ancestors do this, guys? In the olden days when people were sketching, how did they do it? Did they use a stumping blend, a blending stump or whatever? So that's how I justify not having a blending stump for now. But I will get one. So I'm just going to use this to just blend in. I'm still going to follow these lines that I used so that it does not become zigzag, seeing as I'm not using the right tool. So that's what I'm doing. Blend, 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 blend. How is everyone enjoying the Saturday autumn weather? It's been raining here. There's been like thunderstorms as well in Sweden. It rains, it stops, it rains, it stops. But my favorite time is the winter, guys. I can't wait for proper snow. I just love when everywhere is like so white. I love it. And I think he went down here as well. And then he goes inside as well. So I'm just using this, but I will get the blending stump, so that when I'm doing all these hacks, I can only have myself to blame if it doesn't go right. So I'm just blending, 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 blending. Like I was saying before, sketching has really taught me so much, guys. It's taught me so much about having patience. Before, guys, I never have patience, like literally. But now I could probably like go train spotting or bird watching. But before, nope. So he's done all that. And then he did here as well. And he joined it here. See, there's always a method to everything when it comes to sketching, guys. And it gives me so much joy. Like, if you could see my face, like, I'm so proud that I can actually do this. It gives me so much joy. And I hope this inspires you all as well to try something new this year. So I'm just trying to blend as much as I can with this, but gently though, so that I don't kind of like tear the paper. And I'm just using a regular paper, guys. I actually got this from, I think, Babe. Like, because I was like, whilst I'm like learning how to sketch, there's no point going for like a very expensive paper, because the amount of paper now that I've kind of like chucked away, like when I start a sketch, I kind of just move to the next paper. So imagine if it's a very expensive paper, I'll just be wasting paper unnecessarily. So that's why I'm just using this regular paper, guys. Hi guys, hi, welcome to my channel. So now he's just shading more. So basically what he's doing now is he's trying to remove these dark lines, but it's going to be impossible with this. He's trying to remove the guidelines. Oh, but trust me to have gone and done it that way. It's going to be impossible to do this without tearing the paper. So he basically removed the guideline. But I don't think I can do that. So then he goes in with a darker pencil. Okay, guys, so he goes in with a darker pencil, and I think this is where the conflict, I got confused. On his writing, he says use a 6B, but then when he was talking, he said use 8B. So I think I'm going to use 8B, guys, because he says go in and make hair darker. So we'll just darken in here. Just trying to darken in here, just like how he did. Probably he's trying to create like a shadow. So I think he's trying to create a shadow inside your earlobe thing. And then he did in here as well, or out here. So, and then after that, I think he blended in. So, but I think the ear is easier, guys. I'm finding this ear is easier to do. So I suppose like it's always good for you to have the right things for the drawing, especially the pencil and the blending stump, guys. And then he goes here as well. He darkens in here. I don't know if you guys can see. It's actually looking like an ear. So he does here. So I think he's creating a shadow here. It's creating a shadow in here. To me, I think sketching is like a magic trick. think it's like illusion. So I think every stroke matters. And then he did some more here, guys. I'm too scared to make it dark, too dark, just in case if it doesn't work. Yeah, so I think that's meant to be a shadow here. So more dark shadow in here. So this is a hack from a Facebook content creator that says this is the easiest way to draw a realistic ear. And eventually, guys, I will draw the entire face as well. So I've done the nose, and all this is first impression. So I've done the nose, I've done the eye, I've done a lip, I'm doing the ear, I'm going to do a hand. And once I'm done, and I'm also going to do eyebrow and eyelashes, because you may think they are easy to do, but if you want to make them realistic, they are not that easy. So when I'm done with that, I'm also going to do the face, the entire face. And then we can carry on. So there's so much more for me to share with you guys. For anyone that is interested, there's so much more. And I'm hoping that this inspires people to go out there and kind of like do whatever it is they've been putting off, be it skating, golfing, playing tennis is another thing I've always wanted to do. There's so much to life. So I think that was what he did, the inside shades like that. And then he did down here as well. So I'm using 8B pencil because I got confused there. When he wrote in the comment section, he said 6B. But when he was talking, he said 8B to darken. So I just went with what I could hear, not what he wrote down, because he probably just made a mistake when he was writing things down. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just shading the inside like he's done. And so I'm not done yet. So he did all here as well. So I'm doing exactly what he did here. So I think he went down and then he stopped here and then he went here and then he stopped there. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Back. Yeah, so I'm just darkening here, and then he used a blending stump to then do the rest. I'm hoping you guys can see it looks like an ear. And then I think he also did here as well. He also darkened here, so I'm just going to go here like so. And then he shaded here a little bit darker. So I'm using the same 8B pencil, guys. So I'm self-taught, and that's why I kind of like really enjoy sharing this content with you guys, because by other people sharing their own contents is what makes people like me learn. If I didn't have all these content creators to copy from, then how would I know that I can actually sketch? So I suppose that's the positives of social media, is you learn so much, because these days we are all on our phone, or most of us are all on our phones. So I think after this he just carried on blending. So it's going to be hard for me because I haven't got the right blending stuff, but I'm just going to try with this. Like I always say, how did our ancestors actually do their sketching without the right stuff? They used what they had, right? So I'm using cotton bud. So I think he's trying to make shadows. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm also putting shadows out, and I know it's not going to be perfect, but at least it's an attempt, right? So the next thing he does is he blended in here as well. And then he also blended here out. I think an ear is actually easier to sketch, guys, because he's done. An ear is so much easier. I'm really happy with this. Although I can see he did more blending here, but he didn't say. So because the sketch isn't meant to be white, I don't think. Like I can see some white parts. So I think I'm just going to go in with a softer pencil. Because I know there was an artist that actually saw that said something about when you're sketching, you shouldn't have any whiteness anywhere. So I think I'm just going to soften here. What do you guys think? Just like so. Because if not, all these other sides look very white. Well, he didn't actually say, but I don't know. I'm just going to soften it a bit. Do you think I'm destroying it by doing this? Just soft strokes. Hi, Melkstar Plays. Hi. I think you've said hi before on one of my lives. Hi, Melkstar Plays. Yeah, I've not seen that name. Hi. Yeah, so I'm just making I don't know if I've destroyed it now. Yeah, I think I have, so let me just erase it. Because I know I saw somewhere someone said when you're sketching stuff, you have to like start with making things brown or darker. And I just tried it now, but I don't think it worked really well. So I'm just going to remove a little bit of the strokes. But yeah, so the ear is actually very easy to do. I'm just going to remove it, guys, because it looks a bit weird. The ear is actually easy. So even without the blending stump, this ear was actually easy, guys. What do you guys think? So it's done. So the hack actually worked. How to draw a realistic ear just using a 9. So this was my 9 here. A Y. This was my Y. And then S. I don't know where the S is, but I'm thinking this is the S here. Maybe S backwards. But yeah, the hack actually worked, guys. So this guy's trick was really, really good. I think I'm just going to soften it like this. But yeah, his hack worked. So in here is meant to be dark. And out here. So I'm just giving it a touch up. Yeah, I think this is, it looks like a realistic ear. I think. Yeah, what do you guys think? Hi Mika. Hi. Yeah. Yeah, remember your Milk Star plays? Yeah, I do. You said hi numerous times on my live. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hi Milka. I think you two, you've been on my live as well. Clapano, I think. Hi, thanks for coming back again, guys. Milka, so today I'm doing a realistic drawing. There's an artist on Facebook that I saw that says you can do a realistic drawing of an ear just by using a 9, Y, and S. So I tried the hack and it actually worked. So during the week, I have been doing lots of hacks as well for sketching. I did a nose, which I'm not proud of, guys. I wasn't proud of the nose. I did that, and yeah, I did an eye, I did a lips. So I think this is it, guys. What do you guys think? Rate this and tell me, based on the fact that I don't have a blending stump. So yeah, so during the week, Milkstar, I did a nose. So this is the nose that I did. I'm not proud of it. I don't know if you can see it. I think it wasn't anything to do with the artist. It was just to do with the fact that I had no blending stump. So the guy actually said use a blending stump and I had none. So you can see this nose is very dodgy. Very, very dodgy. So yeah, so I did this on the 10th and then I did a lips on the 11th. I'm still not happy with this. I had lots of ups and downs with this. Just the lower lip here and making the crease, but because I had no, there was kind of like a pencil eraser you need to erase things, and I've not bought that. So when I do, maybe I'll redo this again. So I wasn't really proud of this, but this was all first attempts, guys. So I don't do any this is my live trial run. So I did that live, and this was the lips that I did. And then I think you must have seen this one. I did this one on the 6th of September. I was really happy with this, except the hair. I still need to learn how to do hair, guys. I don't know how to do hair. I tried, but this was the best I could do. Even the eyebrow looks like spiders, right? Like as if the girl has like spiders on the eye. But this was a good attempt. The eyebrow as well. I'd learned now that there's a different way to draw an eyebrow. So I am going to do just how to do a realistic eyebrow as well. So because I just thought to myself, if I do everything single, and then that way it helps me know how to do this kind of drawing better. But I really liked this girl. I like the fact she had lots of earrings and stuff like that. And these were all from an artist or artists I find on Facebook and Instagram. I did this one. And then I did this girl as well, kind of weird. This is the first time I'm drawing a girl with sunglasses, if you guys can see, wearing a sunglasses. So I did this one, and I'm still not happy with it because of the hairs, but I suppose using the right pencil helped. If I was using a regular pencil, then it probably would look horrible, more horrible, but it helped. But I think it's back to that. I need a blending stump or stumping blend or whatever you call it, just to be able to blend better. That's what I'm thinking. I'm rating my art now. And then I did this so-called realistic eyes. Proper strange how everything came together, but the letdown I think was the eyebrow and eyelashes. So that's why I said I am going to try and learn how to do eyelashes as well. So I did this one all this week, I think, because they're all dated. This was my attempt to do the nose, didn't work. And then this was the first one that I did after a long pause. So like for months I paused doing sketches, and then I got back into sketching and I did Jerry. I love doing cartoons. I'm obsessed with like 90s cartoons, like Mario Brothers, Tom and Jerry, SpongeBob, and all them sketches. So I would love to do a lot of cartoons eventually. But I like to try new stuff and I like to push the boundary. I want to show that you don't have to be a professional to learn. And all this is through the power of online social media, when you copy from other people online, and you don't have to like, I don't think so, you don't have to like put everything on hold in the fact that to say, oh, I want to wait till when I can go to an art school. That's probably what I'm trying to say. You can always do it at home, learn how to do stuff at home. So yeah, so I did this one as well. But then today I attempted to do a realistic ear. Would I say it's 100%? No, but I would say the artist that I copied from actually helped a lot. I think I did a okay job for the fact that this is the first time I'm actually doing this. So eventually I will go back and I would try and do all these sketches again. So he kind of did a shadow here. So you guys rate it. Does it look like an ear? Because to me, I think it looks a bit okay. I know I should have blended all this in, but I don't have this blending stump. This thing really annoys me, the lines here. So I think maybe that's the only thing I need to work on, right? So I hope you all are having a lovely Saturday though. It's autumn now. Do you guys love autumn? I want to try and remove this line because it's really bothering me because I'm unable to blend it out. So if I erase it, then I can just shade, right? So that's what I'm trying to do, or at least make it lighter. So I know I keep saying I'll get this blending stump. I will get it. I'll get it today. I promise I'll get it today, so that my work can be a little bit tidy. So I think it's probably better this way, right? And then I just use the 4B to just work my way in. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll just remove that line. And then I'm just doing this. Hi Liang Kong. Hi. So I'm trying to recreate a hack. So on my platform is all about recreating things that people kind of like put out and say it's easy or it's difficult, whatever it is. I like to recreate that and see if it's actually easy or not. And especially with sketches, I've been doing a lot of like food hacks as well and storage hacks, but I think sketching is the one thing that kind of gives me more satisfaction, knowing that I can actually do this as a self-taught person, so someone without any like formal skills. And I'm just using what I have at home, cutting board. So I'm just going to try and blend here because I've removed that line. That line was really bothering me. So I think it looks more like an ear without that line. So blend. So if the artist that actually did this hack is watching, can you rate my artwork as well? And he was actually right. This is an easy way to draw an ear. And I think this is the easiest one I've done this week, guys. It's so much easier. There was one that I did that said how to draw, I think, a lips in under 57 seconds or less than a minute. That was just, to me, was just me daydreaming. There was no way that would have been possible. So yeah, so I've just removed that, and I'm also going to remove this U here and then just work my way around because I can't blend this and It's not supposed to show like this. So I'm just going to take off a little bit of it, just a little bit, and then I'll still use the 4B and shade it. And then that way I can just blend it. So if there's any artist that is watching as well, please, whenever you guys do all these hacks, can you guys just kindly write down the pencils that you use? Because I struggle when you don't tell the pencils that was used. So I'm just going to do this like this. Yeah, so I think it's much better when you remove the lines. As soon as I'm unable to blend it. But I think that's it now. I think that's it. Hi guys, hi, thank you all for watching and all your highs. Thank you so much. So yeah, so I think this is it now. I don't know if any of you want to just rate my sketching. Just tell me, does it look like an ear? I'd love to hear your comments or your opinion so that I know how to better the sketch for next time. So if there's anyone that is still watching and you just want to give out of 10 constructive criticism, you can always give a number or just tell me, are you seeing an ear? Because I don't know if it's really an ear you guys can see or if you can see something else. But this is how I can see, this is what I can see from the guy's sketch. So yeah, so that's it. So rate my sketch, guys. Rate my sketch. Let me know, is it a good one, or have any of you actually drawn such like an ear like this? So the sketch or the hack says how to draw a realistic ear just by doing 9, Y, and S. So does anyone want to rate my my ear before I sign it? I might as well sign it. I like signing it so that I remember the date and the time that it was done, so that when I look back at my progress, I know how far I've gone. So at sketching with Sasha, and it's the 13th of September. It's almost Christmas, guys. It's almost Halloween. Oh, I can't wait to do Halloween sketch, guys. I am going to do, I think I'll do kind of like a marathon sketch for Halloween. I'm going to do lots of Halloween, like skulls and skeletons and pumpkins and lots of dark and scary. I am going to do, I think I will do a marathon sketch of like weird and wonderful things, because to be honest, Halloween is one of my favorites. Would you call it a holiday? It's one of my favorite time. I love Halloween. I love winter. I love when it's the leaves are all brown. I love that kind of like the pictures. I really love it. So, and I'll also be going into shops. So during this season is when I start going into shops to see what the shops have got for Halloween, for interiors, like autumn stuff. So if you're interested in stuff like that, then don't forget you can click on the subscribe button. Come and join my tribe. On this platform, we're very positive. It's very, I just want it to be a positive space for everyone to get inspired, and for me to also get inspired by you guys as well. So it's all about like give and take. So I will be going into shops. I will be doing lots of what do you call it, like winter wonderlands and autumn stuff, and just basically sharing what they have in store before they all go out of stock. I did that with Christmas. I noticed that if you don't start sharing what people what the shops have in November, when it comes to December, all the Christmas stuff is all gone. So yeah, so it's good to have that, like share it, and then people know that it's time for you to go and get your Christmas stuff. So I'm also going to put at the Lindbergz, because this is where I do my live sketching. I was actually going to use my sketching with Sasha YouTube for this, but because I have very little beautiful subscribers, I was unable to do that. So that's why I came on my lifestyle platform to use and share this with you guys, because some people actually don't believe that I can sketch. So for all my friends and family, this is for you, and for all my tribes on the Lindbergz, this is all for you as well. So this is the first live sketch for today, and I will come back and do a hand for any of you that is interested. So I will just take a break, have a drink, yeah, and then I'll come back and I'll do some more. So yeah, so that's it. That's the sketch of the realistic ear. And let me just give a shout out to everyone that said hi as well, and everyone that watched. Thank you all for stopping by. So I'll start with Shuwinka Nasia. Thank you so much for your comments. Jason and Tanga, thank you so much for your comments as well. Thank you. And Kelimu Timensen, thank you so much. Milk Star Plays, thank you for stopping by again. Thank you so much for your comments and for saying hello. And Micah Clapano, I think you've been on my platform as well. Thank you so much. And Leo Kung, I think I've seen your name as well. Thank you so much, guys. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please, you can hit the subscribe button and come and be a member of my tribe. And you can also share this so that other people can also see that you can actually do whatever you want to do if you put your mind to it. I'm self-taught. I have never sketched in my life, and I picked up the pencil on the 22nd of September. Is a year since I picked up the pencil in school. I was bored in class, not bored in class. I was studying SFE, Swedish for immigrants, and one day I kind of like just, you know, when you're like, you're hearing so much accents and dialects and you just feel so overwhelmed, and I, at the back of my textbook, I started drawing Tom and Jerry, and then I was like, whoa, did I actually draw Tom and Jerry? I actually drew Tom first, and I was so amazed. And then I went home, I went on YouTube, I started looking at how to draw Tom and Jerry and all that, and it felt like an out-of-body experience, guys. I'm like, is there someone else using my hands to draw? And that was how I discovered, guys, that I can draw. So I think the moral of what I'm saying is that it's never too late to learn anything, because sketching has really taught me how to have patience, how to not give up, and how to appreciate my little wins. So when I do whatever I do, I give myself a pat in the back and say, wow, Sasha, you did well. Always never let anyone tell you you're too pompous or whatever when you give yourself a pat in the back. It's those little wins are what keeps you going and keeps you inspired to carry on doing things. So I'm always all for like giving myself a pat in the back. Don't wait for anyone to say you've done an amazing job. Give yourself a pat in the back, and to me that's enough. Because if you're waiting for when people would give you a pat in the back, sometimes it may not happen. So just do you and believe in yourself. So I don't know if anyone wants to ask any questions, any request on what to sketch next, but the whole point is I'm sketching body parts. I want to try and do realistic sketches of body parts. So if I don't come back on today, I will come back on Monday, but I will try and come back on today. So I also do a series called After Dark with Me, but usually I do that series I do that when I cannot sleep because I suffer from insomnia. So some nights I'm up till like 1 o'clock Swedish time, 2 o'clock Swedish time. So in those cases, I tend to go online and just chat. We chat and we just bond. I want to get to know everyone that subscribed to my channel, and I want to just inspire everyone as well that comes across my page. So that's it, guys. I will see you guys on the next sketch, and whatever you do, stay positive and believe in yourself. Bye, guys. Bye.